Today I'm here with Candy, and she's one of my friends, and she happens to also be my neighbor. And
How lucky are you?
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm the lucky one.
We're both lucky. We're both lucky. I love the feeling of being in a neighborhood and knowing that there's somebody that has my best interest in mind, and vice versa. Like,
Absolutely.
we care about each other and each other's well-being. It feels really like connected.
Yeah, we see each other at our best and at our worst, and
All the time.
yes.
2 o'clock, and sometimes I'll go out and throw the trash out, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on over there. Like,
Oh, Candy didn't sleep all the
or I just look to see if there's anybody, like if your stuff is in order, you know,
Absolutely.
like if there's something weird that happened.
It feels wonderful.
It does.
I'm
It
glad
feels
that we are
really good.
neighbors. Yeah, me too. No, good.
And today we're making, we're actually doing a really simple, easy endive appetizer. And this is a small bite. We've made it 2 different ways with a balsamic reduction. And we started off with one with some apples, and then the other one has a Concord grape. And we're excited to share with you how to make this at home.
People ask me all the time, is it really your real name or is it a nickname? And it's my real name. My parents, I guess, I joke about this. It wasn't really the story of my name, but it's my parents in the Dominican Republic. They got a candy wrap and they opened it up and said Candy. I'm like, well, that's what we're gonna name her. But no, that wasn't really the story.
Did you ever ask them what their inspiration was?
Yeah. My dad's name is in Spanish. We do have a name. His name is Candido.
Oh, okay.
So the female version of that is Candy.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's Candy.
Because in Spanish, isn't it dulce? Yeah, like sweet.
Yeah. But you know what? My parents were thinking America from early on before we even made it here.
We have a vision.
Oh yeah, they were already. I think they were manifesting that I was gonna end up in America at some point. So yeah, they said Candy's an easy name, and I got many songs named after me, which I learned after moving to.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so it's been a ride, people.
Will you tell me a little bit
People
about?
don't forget my name though.
No, because it's so unique, and it's like it fits you. Like I think of you, and I think of like. I don't know. You have this like really great personality.
Really, thank you. I can be sweet and sour sometimes. I think we all have it in us.
Yes.
Well, my parents are born and raised in the Dominican Republic, fully Dominican, and after when we were little, I was about 6 or 7, and then my dad decided that he wanted to pursue the American dream. He wanted to come to America, and it was a long journey. It took about 10 years for all of us to be reunited. That's kind of how long it takes. The process takes. So, and it was my dad, and then my mom, and then slowly getting the family here, and we settled in New Jersey. We settled in Lodi, New Jersey, Bergen County. And
that gives you the sour part right there. Because I feel like I lived in New Jersey for a summer, and there's something about they're very loving, amazing, kind people in New Jersey, and at the same time there's like this edge. It's like almost like a New Yorker.
Not as edgy as a New Yorker.
No.
So we got a little bit of it, but not enough, I think, for a New Yorker. They look at us with like.
Yeah, like
we're side eye.
Literally. You're like, oh, okay, you're not that cool because you're not from New York, and
I know.
yeah.
Even though this is off the subject. The Statue of Liberty is in New Jersey. It's something that a lot of people don't know. So we sort of get to claim it, even though New York gets to officially hold the title. But it's in New Jersey.
I didn't know that.
Something I felt like I needed
to share.
Yeah.
Wait, so Ellis Island is technically
in New Jersey
as well.
Yes. So, but I guess we don't get enough credit for it.
And it does meld. I feel like a lot of times there's just, historically speaking, people say they came in, and my grandparents, they came in from Italy, and they were in Ellis Island, and they came to New York. Really, they didn't. They came to New Jersey.
I know. What a fascinating story. So, obviously, we do have a similar immigrant story, but we didn't come through Ellis Island. It was a little bit different. We took a plane and ended up here.
We took a plane, which is like better than some stories.
So yeah, my parents settled in Bergen County, New Jersey, and I did my last year of high school there. Didn't know English at the time, so it was very challenging and very difficult.
Wow.
Yeah. But my parents were like, you have no choice. You have to you have to become bilingual as soon as possible because there's no way back. So I was already wrapping my high school year at the time, and then I went straight to college. So I was, at that time it was called ESL, which is English as a second language, and I was in that program for about a year. Yeah, I decided to go to school. I went to NJCU, which is New Jersey City State University, and I managed. I got my bachelor's degree. I came to California for a spring break, and I was in awe of the sunshine and the palm trees. You know, like it happens to a lot of people.
Massachusetts.
I
palm trees. I used to like have them all over my bedding. I
was obsessed with them.
Me too. Me too.
I think it's just
innate.
Something that happens when you come to California. This place is heaven.
I know.
At the time when I came, and it was just beautiful. I was obsessed with palm trees, and I came for a spring break, and I said, you know what? I wouldn't mind coming back, living here for a year or two. And yes, I grabbed my bachelor's degree and 6 months of experience, and I was at the time working for Telemundo New York, and I said, well, 6 months should be enough. I'm out of here.
And the rest is history.
And
I
ended up
here you are.
And yes, and eventually I ended up in LA and working in Los Angeles, and then I got a phone call from the news director here, Telemundo news director here in Bakersfield, and she said, we'd like to interview you. And I don't want to admit this, but at the time, this was 13 years ago,
Oh my God.
I wasn't really sure where Bakersfield was.
I know.
This is so kind of funny. Is it Baker? Is it on your way to Vegas? I wasn't very familiar with Bakersfield at the time. But I came and I interview, and they welcomed me with open arms, and it was supposed to be a year thing and a 2-year thing, and life has unfolded beautifully here in Kern County, and now Kern County has a new daughter, which is from Dominican Republic.
It gives me chills. It gives me chills.
Why?
I just love hearing people's stories about how their life unfolds.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's just great to see that like you had a vision and then you saw it through, and here we are talking and having this conversation, and because you believed in yourself and you wanted to make something happen in your life.
And also you want to be, what I learned over the years is that you want to be in a place where you feel you can grow, you know, that has a lot to do with it. And I said this before many times, but Kern County it was fertile grounds for me for many dreams. And here I have accomplished so many things. And I found that here in Kern County. I found that in Bakersfield. I'm like, this place is so many things I can do, and so many people that wanted to lift me up. And I don't remember experiencing that anywhere else. That's why I stayed.
That's why it gives me chills. Because I feel like that is like the story that just time and time again, that I don't know if it's because I'm not from Bakersfield as well, that I've just attracted all of these people that have magical stories into my life that choose Bakersfield. And I think choosing Bakersfield, it sounds to people that are from here, born and raised here, maybe it doesn't sound like a great thing or something to some people. And for me and my life and my story and the way my life unfolded as well, like I feel grateful for the city of Bakersfield.
So we both have a similar story, how we came here and realized, you know, this is a place where where some of my dreams can blossom. So we do have that, and we choose to be here. That's another thing we have in common. I don't have to be here. In fact, I am practically alone here. My family's all the way in the East Coast, 3,000 miles away. I mean, I do have my daughter, but what I mean is I don't have my sister, I don't have my parents, I don't have cousins. Everybody is in the East Coast, and that wasn't the intention when I moved here. I said, you know, eventually I'm going to drag everybody to the West Coast. It's just going to be great. I wanted to buy every house in the block to house every family member. Well, that didn't quite.
That is the dream, though, right?
I know, but they didn't know. They said, no, we're happy in the East Coast. I don't think they say that.
That's the part that I don't understand. Like, so my whole family, same thing. My mom's one of 8. My dad had 2 siblings, and just my cousins on my mom's side alone, I think I have like over 25 cousins. I've never counted, actually.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of people.
A lot of, like a big family, lots of life and energy, and like.
And where are they?
Massachusetts.
So you see, we're saying East Coast, West Coast transplants, Kern County transplants.
I know, and the funny part to me is like when I go home, I feel like I love how it feels to be with people that just like like I was with as a child that know me, that like that they were part of my upbringing, that they understand, like we understand each other and we have this like bond.
Of course.
That is the most beautiful thing.
And no one came to the West Coast.
My brother.
Oh, okay. So you
He's
got
here.
one. You're doing better than me. You're one.
My brother came out here, and my dad occasionally will come out and visit. He's in Thailand, and so my mom is still in Massachusetts. And
Oh, adventurous soul, I'm sure. Well, that's where you get a lot of that creative magic you have, isn't it?
I think so. My dad is an artist, and my mom went to school for fashion design, and so between the two of them, I think it's probably just in my
They
blood.
just created this amazing human that is so creative. You're so creative.
Thank you.
I tell you all the time, and I'm going to say it again. I give you total permission to just go to my house, kick me out for...
She does. She tells me. We went for a walk the other day,
and
she's like,
redesign and redo my house so it can look like this. Her house looks like a magazine, guys. It's just gorgeous. Like, I wish I could swap houses.
You're like right there. I know if I ever leave for the weekend, I'm just be like, okay.
No, I mean it. And now that it's on video, it's
I have proof. There's
it's a little more legit. I need you to redo my house and redecorate my house. And I thought I had a little bit of, like an interior inclinations, like interior design. But when I came to your house, it's like, Candy, you got a long way to go.
Everybody is different. We are not meant to compare, so I'm sure you.
No, but I'm not comparing myself to you, but I think I'm just being realistic at where I stand and where I see people with actual true talent, which is you. So
I'm crying.
Yeah, and you're so gifted. So many things. I mean, you're an amazing cook. You know how to decorate homes, and it's so talented. So talented.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm glad that you just find all this, so many avenues to let that out.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I love it.
The expressive side of it all. Yeah, it's fun to be able to experience like small things every day. And the reason I'm doing this series is because I wanted to be able to kind of showcase ways that we can make our everyday gourmet. And
it's tough though.
And I think that that's like a huge challenge, that a lot of times people think that it gets to be this like big show, right? And it doesn't need to me in my mind.
I'm taking notes.
Taking notes. Do it. This is the purpose. And so over the years with the restaurant, I've been like in the restaurant space now as a restaurateur. I like that word.
I love it. I love your restaurant actually.
Thank you.
And I love the murals and your aguas,
the frescas.
Yes, the frescas. I love them. So it's what a I mean, we can't lose you. You gotta stay in Kern County for a long time.
This is
you gotta remain my neighbor for a long time.
We'll just keep building up. Like, this space is
after you fix my house, and then you can move to a different neighborhood.
We scoped out another house down the way already. Like
we did. I'm like, we can both move in.
It's big enough. Maybe we should go in on it.
We probably should. If when you add the square footage, it's fine. It's your house and my house combined. So we
could be family by blood, like without being blood. Like pretend family.
Yeah,
say that.
That could
Family,
totally happen.
like friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like that. All right, so what are we doing?
Gourmet, everyday gourmet. So right now I wanted to chat a little bit about this tea. So in my little Lazy Susan thing over there, I have a couple of teas that I go to on a regular basis, and usually at night or in the morning I'll have tea. I like how it feels. It's more of like a self-care thing for me. I originally was turned on to this by Happy Whole You, Dr. Anna Marie Frank, and it's a detox tea, and it's caffeine free, which is good. So before bed, it's no big deal. And then I was at a party. This is why I think it's like interesting. So I was at a party. There was an artist. Her name's Marwa, and she is from Tunisia, which is in Africa. And she turned me on to the concept of adding pine nuts and mint to tea.
Never even heard of it.
Never, right? And
no.
So the cool thing is she used a different type of tea. I just personally like this one. I'm gonna get a little spoon so we can like squeeze out or if you want, maybe just squeeze it into here. So what I usually do is just take this and then I put it on this side.
Okay.
And then the concept for me with the pine nuts, it's so simple, and at the same time it's kind of like a little treat. And mint is like the best, obviously, and this basil just loves me and doesn't ever want to go away. So
She's very happy in your
She
home, I can
is.
tell.
So I just put a little bit in there if you want to punch off a top, maybe this one.
Just a tiny
And you
little
can
one.
take
This will
like
look
the
good.
whole thing, like the whole stem, go a little bit further.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does the stem matter?
It makes it more aromatic, and just go ahead and stick it in there.
Thing?
Yeah. And I know, it
Smells
smells good. And so we're gonna cheers.
Okay.
And
Wow.
this is our morning tea.
Does it change the taste to add the pine
I
nut?
think it's more, yes. So you'll eat the pine nuts as you drink the tea.
Oh.
Did you get
This
a
is
pine
really
nut?
good. No, not yet.
I'm trying to get one.
Look, it
I
almost made
saw
it.
that. It was like on the edge. It was not a survivor. It did survive actually.
Oh, this is really good. Very
So how they
refreshing.
tried that.
No, the pine nuts are they're just
You
not
can do it.
cooperating.
You need more maybe.
Wow, this is definitely new. So why do they do it?
So it's part of their culture. So I
The
was
pine
looking.
nuts
Mhm.
on the tea.
It's part of their culture. It's just something that's been done for ages, and it's a welcoming drink for them. So it's something that they do to welcome people into their homes. And so I wanted to welcome you into my home this morning.
Happy me.
And I'm happy.
I love your home.
Thank you. And I wanted just to have some conversation about, what makes life
this
great.
is unique.
Isn't it fun?
It adds texture
Mm-hmm.
and a very nutty flavor to it. This is really good.
And with the mint, it's even different.
I would have never.
Never.
Mm.
And okay, so how beautiful.
I'm gonna do this now.
Right?
Hold on.
How beautiful too, like to know, like if somebody's coming over your house and you wanted to
Very
like
nice.
set it out, right?
Mhm. And it gives it a an aesthetic look to it.
Exactly. Yeah. So today we're going to be making an appetizer, and it excites me because it's something that I like to use when I'm in a hurry. And we were talking,
Which is me almost
all the time. Literally. I feel
Or
like
a lot of women, a lot of moms out there, we feel like there's not enough hours in a day.
yes.
So bring it on. Let me see.
So these are endives. They're Belgian endives. Have you heard of an endive before? No.
You're putting out ingredients that I don't have in my kitchen. For
Okay.
Sure.
This is from
I'm
Trader.
excited.
It's Trader Joe's.
Okay.
It's super, super like inexpensive. I think they're like $4 for these. And they're kind of like in a combination between like lettuce and a cabbage. And what I like to do with them is I take them out of the I take them off of here and I cut this piece and then I peel the leaves off. So if you want to go ahead and peel the bottom just like this.
I've never even seen this.
And they kind of become a mode of transportation for an appetizer because they're almost like a cracker instead.
Texture.
Yeah, it has like a really soft feel to it.
So do we remove the outer ones?
No, everything's
fine.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
And I like the contrasting color. The ones that you're
Yeah,
working
it's
on are
beautiful.
so pretty. They're my
This
favorites.
looks like a bud, like a flower.
I know.
Flower bud.
And I even have, you know what? I have like a really, like a cute something that we could put it on. My industrial restaurant grade plastic wrap. I got a gift from a friend that's this like vintage platter. I think this would be cute. Look how pretty this is.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
And rinse it
That's
off.
gorgeous.
Behind you. Isn't that so pretty? Yes, I'll take that away.
This is beautiful. Is it vintage?
Yeah.
Oh.
So what we can do is we can present it on that. So it will be adorable. Good job. So if you want to just lay those out, like basically.
Oh,
maybe
let's
we
do
can-
one and one.
Yeah,
one
let's do
time.
it. And we can.
So-
Here.
So, yeah, let's put them next to each other. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
I'll skip a spot so you can go between.
Yeah, I'll go in between. And we can even do it
Out,
further
yes.
out. Yeah, they're pretty. See, look at that. Look at that.
And then what we're gonna do is we can kind of set these maybe a little to the side.
Okay.
And then we'll take this back over here. And if you, have you ever cut grapes before?
Grapes? No.
No, it's not a common thing.
I just eat the whole thing.
Yeah, people don't like typically cut them. I washed them last night so that they would be good.
Does it make a difference? I think that's besides aesthetics to cut them.
Like just to cut them for something like this because it's small. So my trick though that I was gonna share with you, I'll move this so everybody can follow along.
Okay.
Maybe we can move that too. Do you want to take that off?
I want to finish my tea
You can
actually.
keep it. Yeah, I'm just gonna move this. Okay.
It's so good. I want to drink the whole thing.
So what we do is you hold it like this,
Oh.
and then do you trust yourself?
You know, my knives are not as sharp as these.
They might not be that sharp either because I use it often, and it would be probably great for me to take it to the restaurant.
I can
Like that.
I don't think I trust myself.
No? Okay,
No,
I'll show you one example so you can see. So you hold it like this, and then you just go flat. This might not be sharp enough either, but yeah, it's still working. See how it's...
Yeah.
And so you're holding it, and then it's basically doing the work. It makes the work a little bit easier.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you feel free to cut the rest. But these are really interesting grapes. They're called Concord grapes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember
Really
them from
sweet.
Adrian?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So
These are
raisin.
raisin ones.
They use them for
Yeah,
raisins
yes,
too.
yes.
And you know Welch's, the Welch's commercial like way back in the
Yes,
day.
yes.
With the little kid that like with the, these are the same grapes.
We're going vintage.
Yeah, if you wanna,
Okay.
you can try it.
They're usually really sweet.
And they have like a punch,
Mm-hmm.
like a little like poppy. Then like
It's really good.
yeah, so good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
So what do we do?
we're
with this?
gonna use. So I have two different types of cheese here. This is a feta,
Okay.
and this is a cream cheese that's made with goat's milk. If you want to open that one up, they both come from Trader Joe's, and
Trader Joe's is gonna have to sponsor you at some
I know
point.
I need to get paid somehow, some way, right?
You have mentioned Trader Joe's like 10 times.
Because so at the restaurant we use as many things as we can that's local, and whenever I'm not at the restaurant, like I try not to go there, like because I get sucked into it. So if I go
I don't know
there-
anybody that doesn't love Trader Joe's.
If
I'm
I
guilty
go
as
to the
charged.
restaurant though, then I like don't leave, and then I'm like I'd just rather just keep like a safe distance, you know.
Yes.
But look how beautiful
So
this
many
is.
goodies. Oh my goodness.
It comes in water,
Oh.
and it has
What
a
kind
little.
of cheese is that?
This is a feta.
Oh.
And it's made with sheep's milk. That's the one I was telling you about. And we were talking about digestive things yesterday and how like our bodies are with certain things. Let me show everybody.
It
this so we
almost
can
has
see.
this is throwing in a little bit of a, that looks really interesting. It almost looks a little bit like queso fresco
100%.
from Mexico.
It does.
I don't know how similar they are. I'm obviously very ignorant on the cheese subject, but they look alike.
They have a lot of similar
Mhm.
aesthetic because of the consistency
Yeah, it
and
really
like
does.
the way that the top part is like almost
Yeah.
like holy.
Interesting how it's in water.
I'm gonna take it out so
A little
everybody else can
basket.
see.
How
I
cute is
know,
that?
it's so cute. And so what we'll do, it crumbles really easy, and
Okay.
I'll just cut a piece off so we can use it. We'll set it right here.
Okay.
We're gonna put it back in its little home.
Oh,
I know.
cute little baskets.
I know. Okay, so what we'll do with that is just like queso fresco, how you can like cojita, how you can crumble that. If you could just take a little bit and go ahead and crumble that.
With my hands?
With your
What do I
hands.
think? Oh, okay.
Yeah. With your
Oh,
hands.
interesting.
So we have apples that I've diced,
Mm-hmm.
so you can see here. And then we have grapes that are the Concord grapes. They're called Concord. They're a little bit smaller than a traditional Concord grape.
Yeah, they're nice and sweet.
They're really sweet.
Mhm.
And I was telling Sue Yan, I was telling her that growing up, we had Concord grapes in our backyard in Massachusetts.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they just
yeah,
naturally grew.
Nice.
And so I would go back there and we'd eat them. My dad built a little treehouse kind of
Mhm,
like
mhm.
thing.
So the vines can drop around, yes.
And the grapes would just like kind of surround
Oh,
the
very
treehouse.
nice.
It was great. Okay, so we have that.
Okay.
And then the one that we were talking about earlier, this is our
Everything looks so good.
goat. You did a great job, by the way. Elbow
Thank you.
bump. That's what you do in the food world.
Oh,
You
is that what
can't
you
use
do?
your hands. Yes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're just gonna. This is a candied walnut, and we're gonna take the candied walnut and kind of like take the cheese and just put a little bit of cheese on there with the candied walnut like this.
Oh.
So you'll just place that on there, just like that. And your hands are gonna get a little grimy.
Okay.
I'll give you a little bowl of water so you can not feel like you're
So creamy. On every single one?
All the ones
Just one?
The red ones. Yeah, the red ones. And then the best part is almost here, and we're almost done actually, which is interesting because
So the best part is the trying it.
the best part is trying it, and also
Do I qualify to work at your restaurant after this? Can you give me a part-time job?
I mean, don't tease me. Don't tease me. Careful what you wish for.
I don't think I will last.
I know. For the record, she asked. I'm gonna get some more of the nuts and we'll use those to sprinkle. Part-time job.
I can be a bus girl.
We were talking to one of our team members came on the other day. His name's Tony, and he said he calls them server assistants.
There you go.
Which is like the cutest thing. That's
Oh,
my
I
mom
like that.
assistant. So we're gonna take these candied walnuts and we're gonna sprinkle them on to make this little dramatic, beautiful effect.
I'm missing a few.
It's okay. Don't worry.
I'm slow.
I'm very patiently waiting.
You might not hire me after
I
all.
know, you're like, wait, hold on, take it back. And then I also brought these cherries over here. So if you save, let's see, there's one over here that I can use for this cherry
Okay.
one. Just I want to show you the differences and flavors and how the flavors
So-
can kind of come together and create
So
like
creamy.
a unique experience, like a unique flavor profile.
I think we got everything.
Okay, the only one that's left is this one, but I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to give you a unique, and then this is the water if you want to dip your fingers in,
Okay.
just so you don't have to
Thank you.
grimy. Okay, so lastly, and sometimes with these, if they touch, then it's easier. Like if they were all next to each other, for example,
Okay.
see, like this, then it wouldn't matter, you know. But for our, well, actually, we could even continue if you want.
Okay, so you're gonna have to recount the ingredients before I put it in my mouth, so that way I know
can.
the difference. Yes.
Yeah, I will.
I want to know the difference between the.
The two.
Yes.
Do you want to move those ones over here?
yeah,
Like,
I'll do that.
yeah. Okay, cool.
This is definitely very refreshing, very light, something anyone can do at home.
Yeah, it's super, super easy. It almost reminds me of when I was a kid as well, the ants on a log. Do you remember? Like, yeah.
Yes.
If you have an extra one that doesn't fit over here.
Oops.
Okay. So what we have is we have this one right here that's made with the Tom Cord grape and the feta cheese.
Okay.
That's going to be a little bit pungent and like sharp. And then we have the creamy, soft chevre cheese
So good.
with the apples. And then we're going to take these candied walnuts and just like confetti, just
Okay.
sprinkle them all over that.
Yes. Yum.
And yeah, it's beautiful. And you don't have to go light, like,
Oh no.
yeah.
Because
You went heavy on the cheese.
I did.
Go light up, go heavy on the nuts too. We're gonna balance and
we're gonna
match
go nuts. We're gonna
We're
go
going
nuts.
nuts with the nuts. Having a party. We're having a party.
Okay.
Okay, and then this is a balsamic reduction. So it's literally just balsamic vinegar that we put on the stove, and we reduced it to make it into a syrup.
Oh.
Super,
Very
super simple.
condensed. Very.
And we're just gonna drizzle this on
That
here.
looks so good.
Doesn't it? And do you want to do a drizzle?
Nice.
You're like, yes.
Okay. Oh, I love the spoon.
Isn't it so cute?
It's almost like molasses.
It kind of has like a
Yeah.
syrupy molasses vibe.
Mhm. Oh, I'm not.
It's okay. Totally fine. You can't really do
That's so
anything wrong.
pretty.
It's like there's no wrong way.
It's a beautiful mess.
It is.
Oh, so pretty. Looks like a flower.
It does. Look at that.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, it's perfect. You literally, you
I'm hired.
graduated
Higher.
to your everyday gourmet. Yep, amazing. High five, real high five.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Yes.
We did it. Okay.
Wonderful.
So which one do you want to try
I'm
first?
excited. Okay. I'll try the red one.
Okay,
first.
we'll do the same together.
Okay.
So, cheers. Cheers. Cheers to you guys too.
Mmm. Ooh. Vinegar's so good. The cheese. Mmm.
The cheese and the vinegar. And that,
A little bitter.
yeah.
The leaf is a little bitter, but I think it complements everything else with sweetness and the citrusy of the vinegar, so it's everything.
Comes together.
So good. Yeah.
Very, very light.
Oh, it's very good.
And the other one is going to have a more pungent flavor because
okay.
that was the chevre cheese, which is, this one is very mild.
Okay.
You can barely taste it. And I'm
Okay.
glad you chose that first because the second one
It's
is
very, yes.
very pungency.
Okay.
So let's do our next one.
All right.
Oh, look how pretty it turned out.
It's so pretty. Look at that.
So cute. Cheers to this one.
Cheers. The whole thing.
I like how you did it the first time. You went all in.
I think I learned.
Which one do you like
So
better?
good. Oh my goodness, so good. This is definitely softer. I like this one better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is
the-
softer.
This is the treat, the random treat at the end.
It's so good.
This one's for you. This is the cherry. So this is a Turkish sour cherry,
So good.
and I put that on there with the
You did?
balsamic, yeah, for you to try. And I think maybe I can put it on this one too. This is gonna be a little bit sweeter and more
Okay.
like candied vibe. Specifically for you.
This is really good. This is really good.
That's the ultimate like
Wow.
gourmet hack.
Oh
right
my
there.
goodness. So good. Oh, cherry elevates it.
Mhm. The cherry.
Next level.
And that
Oh wow.
the feta cheese was
Mhm.
really like light, a little bit less pungent than a traditional feta
Yes.
because it's soaked in the brine.
Mhm.
It's not as like harsh or hard.
Mhm.
I felt like it wasn't as like traditional like a normal cheddar would be.
It's very, very
feta would
light.
be.
Very,
Yeah.
very light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious. Oh my goodness.
Thank you for
Okay,
joining us.
I'm gonna kidnap you in my
She's
house.
like, okay, first come over and help me design, and then can you just cook for me too while you're at it? Like, it's totally
You
fine.
can do it for my birthday.
We're
How
both
about that?
a special guest, a birthday gift.
That
Yeah,
would be nice.
I'm happy
You can
that.
just come over.
I mean, when is your birthday? Is it coming
Christmas
up?
Day.
Oh my god.
I know it's
really?
complicated.
That's so interesting.
I know. I can't compete with Jesus. So
Oh
I just
my
can't. I
goodness.
can't. It's one of those things that it's the last thing people remember that day.
It's actually easy to remember though. Like,
Yeah, but everyone's so busy celebrating Christmas and gifts. And it's like, oh, Candy, oh, happy birthday. Oh, thank you. But Jesus comes first.
there's always a celebration, no matter what. Like you would never have to worry about whether there's going to be a party for you. No matter
There's
what.
usually not a party.
There's a party. It's
Oh,
it's
Christmas
it's
is
the
Christmas.
birthday.
I know.
I mean, and it's like the ultimate birthday sharing kind of thing. I mean, who else? Like, who trumps Jesus?
Nobody. Nobody. So yeah. So it was challenging growing up. Because I could never have a traditional, normal kids party. And then some of my friends decided, well, Candy, just pick a random day halfway through the year to celebrate it. And I'm like, well, it's not really legit. Like, it doesn't really feel the same. So
Yeah.
I'm just giving up on the idea. And I usually celebrate on New Year's Day. I almost, because it's close enough, I decided, I don't know,
Go big.
go, do something that I know it's that I can celebrate life. So that's what I usually do.
And you celebrate in such grand fashion. You do. So we didn't even get to chat about. I feel like it goes by so fast. We didn't even.
You
get
gotta
to
invite
chat.
me again
I
then.
know. Like it was just like a blink of it. I mean, did it prove the concept? Do you feel
Yes.
like you could do something like this for a dinner party or an experience?
I think I do because it goes with. I usually like light. I'm very careful with my meals for the most part. So the ingredients are perfect, and you add a little bit of fiber. You get a little bit of. I love cheese. I love
Yes,
cheese.
me too.
Just have to be the right cheese for me to
Yeah.
digest it properly.
But I'm thinking that these cheeses are going to be really great for a giving
Oh,
us
I
from
think it's
past.
great. I think it's really tasteful. So this is something I think I could do at home for sure. Yeah, it's easy enough, and I think we got it done. We got a lot of conversation,
We did.
but it actually we can get this done really fast.
It felt like, yeah, if we were focused on it, it would be super, super
But that
quick.
wasn't really the whole point.
No, it was to have conversation.
I know,
We
so I'm
100%
glad.
did exactly what we set out to do, and yeah, I'm really happy to share with you some of the things that make life
Definitely,
easy
definitely,
and
I can
fun.
do it at home. So in this way, honestly, you introduced me to things that I have never tasted
This
it's really
type of-
thick.
yeah.
No, or the
And
or
that's-
this. I don't even know if they recall the name anymore.
It's an endive, yeah.
So these are ingredients that I don't have in my kitchen. So I'm excited to kind of incorporate them now.
Yes,
Thanks
and
for doing that.
you're welcome. And there's so many ways that this can be done, and I wanted to introduce it with the cheeses that we had talked about last night. We were chatting about.
I have another one.
Please eat. Yes.
Uh-huh.
What is your reasoning behind the cheese that you're eating and not eating right now?
I think I've grown over the years. It has been difficult for me to digest normal cheese. I think because you outgrow that phase, and now I don't really. There's certain cheeses that don't go well with my body, so I stay away from them. But I can have feta cheese, and I can have goat cheese, and then I actually can have queso fresco. That's another cheese that I can digest quite easy.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Other cheeses, I just can't do blue cheese. I cannot do even mozzarella, fresh mozzarella. It could be a little problematic sometimes, but I think that's what it is. Everybody, sometimes your body outgrows certain.
Thanks. Well, thanks for coming and for joining me
Thanks for
today. I
having me.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.